What's up, Pisces? How are you doing? We are here. We're going to be doing your current path you're walking spread. I'm also going to kind of use you as the guinea pig for the next spread. So we're going to be doing some just some testing some things out. So we're going to do also, it's a little bit more. So your reading might be a little bit longer. Yeah, let's just get into the energy. Cool. All right, so the current path you are walking, Queen of Wands, looking good. What must be accepted? What's the next question? What must be released? The challenge. What's being hidden? And the source of knowledge. Oh my gosh. I had a lot of cards, I know. Get your life together, lady. Alright, the Queen of Wands is sexy. The Queen of Wands is hot. The Queen of Wands is attractive, at the very least. The Queen of Wands can be a little bit brutal. The Queen of Wands can be a little bit harsh. The Queen of Wands is strong. The Queen of Wands is sexual. The Queen of Wands is the first card that was ever pulled for me out of a tarot deck. So, it rules the end of Pisces and the beginning of Aries. She's a manifester. She's Gandunta. She's the end of the cycle, but also the beginning of the cycle. So that means she is the Alpha and she is the Omega, right? It's Alpha and Omega's kingdom come. That's her. She's the Queen Bee. Right? She's Alpha and she's Omega. So, she's powerful. She's Jesus Christ. She's attractive. She's a sunflower. Sometimes people don't like her. So she wasn't given a salamander means that people will sometimes try to burn her. She has a tendency to put herself out. Right, so she can kind of be like a saboteur. She can be a saboteur. She can self-sabotage. She sits between two lions, which means that she's God. God sits between two lions. Means she creates. But she also answers to a power above her that is God as well, that creates as well. Because you can see there's two lions above her. And, right? So not only is she following suit to the power that she answers to, which is probably just an aspect of herself, which is why she's so strong. But that strength also makes her very attractive. And it also gives her a lot of options because of that inner strength that she shows. He shows, she shows. It doesn't have to be a woman. It's just it's a feminine card, which means that she's receptive, which means she creates. She's a creator. She's an aspect of the Empress. She's the fire. She's the willpower. She's the drive behind the Empress. So this is just an aspect of the Empress being shown to us. That's what happens when we see a queen. It's just an aspect of the Empress being highlighted. Because I believe at the end of the day, all women are empresses. And a lot of times there's just little areas that are being highlighted on the wheel for us to pay attention to, right? As our incarnation, as our karmic debt that we're incarnated here with, we get these cards that are that resonate with our stories, with our timelines. You could have a sun in Aries. You could be a tropical sun in Aries and a Vedic sun in Pisces. Okay, you could have Mars and Taurus, or you're just fighting really hard for your finances right now. Kind of relying on people to, it's very interesting because you have Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio reversed. Mars in Scorpio is very sexual. Don't let the image fool you. It's not a bad placement to have. It's very good. Can make one person I can think of off the top of my head that has Mars in Scorpio, I believe, is Adriana Chechik. Whoa. And back up. Pause. Pump the brakes. That bitch has got something inside of her. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So this person could be highly sexual. They're very in touch with their with their sexuality. They have a lot of options in regards to their sexuality, a lot of choices. The choice is kind of up to them and what they want to do, who they want to invest in, what cup they have, right? They have so many different cups because they love very deeply. Their water is kind of expansive. They kind of can move around their water. What's being hidden from them is that they are the ultimate source of water with that Ace of Cups. And the source of knowledge is the Fool, which could talk about like hesitancy or holding themselves back a little bit. The Three of Wands with what must be released is waiting, right? You have so many options. Do you stop fucking waiting? There's nothing to wait for. There's so many options available to you. Create an option. You're the Queen of Wands. You can create it. The Fool reverse talks about not, your source of knowledge is not being foolish, is holding yourself back, right? You might naturally be somebody that's foolish, but you assess the situation before you just jump head first into something, right? You've been fooled before. You're not going to be fooled again. You're strong. You're dignified. That was it. Can we do a little bit of chaos reading? I got all my cards out. I just wanted to get a regular Rider Waite again. Because I didn't have one. I mean, I had this one, but like, it's just like old and... let's clarify with the old Rider Waite, okay? I like this cardstock more, but this one came with like this really cool book. It was only like 20 bucks on Amazon. If you don't read tarot, I would so recommend getting one of these. I might even be able to do like a giveaway or something. If you don't have a tarot deck and you want a tarot deck, but you can't afford a tarot deck, put it down in the comments. And if there's one person in this reading that can't afford a tarot deck but would really love a tarot deck, I will pick one person from the comments and I will send you a copy of this tarot deck. Okay. By October 12th is when I will pick it. Nine of Cups. This is strictly just a Pisces reading, Pisces thing. I should probably do it for Libra because, sorry, I'm a Pisces rising. Although I'm not so sure. I don't know. My birth time's not necessarily verified. I've been kind of feeling like Capricorn rising a little bit lately, but Sagittarius. I like to see that Three of Cups in the upright. With the choices, You might have a lot of choices from a lot of different people, but at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, you're kind of choosing yourself. You're choosing something that's self-fulfilling, because you have this Nine of Cups, which is your own personal emotional fulfillment. That's Jupiter and Pisces. That's like a guardian angel. That's, you know, Jupiter and Pisces, especially if it's in the 12th house, which I have my personal Jupiter and Pisces in the 12th house, is going to deal with, like, the 12th house is self-undoing. The 12th house is where we kind of put our foot in our mouth, or our foot in our mouth and our head up our asshole, where we kind of like fuck ourselves up, where we kind of make a fool of ourselves, where we kind of just like what the fuck were you doing? Like, what the hell was that? Kind of energy. And when you have Jupiter and Pisces, there's always like this saving grace kind of that comes to you. That kind of gets you out of any like stupid shit you might possibly be going through, or that you might potentially put yourself through. This Five of Cups in reverse came out, so that's obviously a very prominent energy. Let's read what it talks about. The reversed Five of Cups in your reading is a hopeful sign, showing you have turned a corner in how you perceive your situation. Seeing the silver lining and accepting the truth puts you on the path to healing and growth. What's being hidden is this card here, which talks about just like happy employment. So you might not be like you're happy with your employment, you love your employment, you have a lot of energy to go towards your employment, like you choose your employment, the place you're employed. It might not seem like it to some people, but I feel like you are very blessed and happy in regards to your career. What's being released is this like overly optimistic energy, and when it comes to waiting, if somebody's going to put you in a waiting situation, you're not really going for it. You're not really going for that, I don't think, anymore. I think you're really beginning to move on a little bit from things like that. Like you have the capacity to fill your own cup, right? You have your guardian angel, you have your saving grace out here, you have your trine energy, right? You have the elements, the blessed elements like coming in to help you. You see this trine in like you see a square, which would talk about the balancing of the four elements. But then we also have this trine energy here, which would talk about some sort of trine, or like all three, like three elements being emphasized. So you can kind of choose which element that would be. I think for this would be water. I think we have a grand water trine coming up, or we just had one or something like that. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant reversed talks about like doing something unorthodox, doing something different, doing something like out of the box, something crazy, not following the rules, breaking the rules. The Wheel of Fortune. The Ten of Wands. And the Devil. That was the first card I pulled in this deck. Maybe we'll do a nakshatra reading. And we'll do the 28 nakshatras again. I haven't done that in a little bit. I like those. It's unique. I don't see anybody else that does that. Nobody. It takes a long time to like actually learn them. It's a difficult concept to understand, but like I get it. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's the truth, right? It's the Vedic astrology. I mean, I could do the zodiac signs. Like I could do. We have to figure out what we're gonna do for the next like readings, right? So instead of Aries being my guinea pig, right? Pisces, you're gonna be my guinea pig, right? You're gonna be kind of where So we have in each zodiac sign, so each one is 13 degrees, right? Each nakshatra is 13 degrees. So we have to think so Aries has Ashwini. See, I don't know though, because like, see, there's a lot of questions I have about that. I almost feel like it could be like if we disconnect it from the zodiac signs and we just like say that your ascendant, everyone's ascendant is Kritika, because Kritika's like after when you're being born, it's like the first breath out of the vagina, right? So it's not necessarily, I feel like, so much linked to the stars. I feel like it's more so linked to the ascendant line, and the house system is where what I would do with it personally. So if everyone's ascendant is Kritika, that's going to talk about the breath. The first initial breath out of the vagina. And then the second nakshatra is Rohini. The third is Mrigashirsha. The fourth is Ardra. The fifth would be Punarvasu. The sixth is Pushya. The seventh is Ashlesha. Oh, I have to sneeze. I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave that there, guys. Bye.